Treasury ilitangaza kwamba unaweza nisikia? Mnanisikia? Can you hear me? Jelani, can you hear me? I'm not.
Hey, yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead, but also I need you to land so we can give other people a chance.
Yeah, I'm going to be brief. Yes, I'm going. Yeah, I was talking about there is an announcement which was made. It was made by the ministry. Was it the Ministry of the Treasury, Finance? I think 3 days ago that the Treasury has set aside 1 trillion to ensure all Kenyans have access to water by 2030. So why set aside such a huge amount of money? I think it is exaggerated na ni mapema sahi sana. Mbona wasiseme watenge hiyo watumie pesa sahi kwa hiyo mradi? Ukiona tena kuna mambo ya pay bill until that they are going to increase the taxation on pay bill until charges. What does that tell you? That transaction fee itaongezeka na hapo ndio tutakuwa it will add more burden to the mwananchi. We have also the ETR on the rent. You had Kuria, was it on Saturday or Friday? He said that the government has planned. There is a plan to increase tax rent. So what the solution to this, the only voice our government can listen to is a demonstration, going to streets. We Kenyans and Africans, we have a problem in Jelani. We are so vocal on social media, but when it comes to exercising it physically, that's on the ground, by going to the street, it's hard. We don't do that. We are so reluctant. So I am urging Kenyans, if we can speak in one voice and we unify, na sisi wote tutenga hata siku 2-3 tuende wote tufanye tu ile peaceful demonstration, sababu hii serikali imejua kwamba wa Kenya ni wapole na wanalia tu wiki moja wiki mbili on social media and then they relent. Wametuzoea. So kama tunge exercise that democratic right ambaye tumepewa katika kwenye katiba na to express our displeasure and air our grievances, tell the government what they are doing is not right, at least we will see some changes. Unaona sahi kama NHI, ile siku tuliandamana, serikali ilisema, Ruto alisema in the next 1 week or 2 weeks he would come up with IBC team, lakini wapi? Hakuna. So hata tukisema sahi Ruto must go, we don't have a IBC, a functional IBC in place. Ndio tuseme tufanye hii na hii na yale by elections. So wa Kenya tusikue tu kwa social media tukilia, lakini let us exercise it physically. Na tuwache kugongana, castigating each other on social media. When someone says this, we say is a mole, ameongwa. Do you have a proof? I'm not defending anyone, but can we speak in one voice? Thank you, Jelani.
Thank you so
Over
much,
to you.
Fred. Thank you, Fred. Let's have Wanjiru. Go ahead. I know you had a personal experience with SHIF, and it will also be good for you to tell us the project you're working on now that is tied to the pads as well. So you could just briefly tell us your experience with the SHIF, but also tell us about your project as we are almost closing. Go ahead, Wanjiru.
Hi, Jelani. Thank you for giving me the audience. And as usual, this project, these spaces are what I call civic education platforms that are so important and so critical to helping us Kenyans to understand where we are at. My name is Wanjiro. I am based in Cape Town, South Africa, but my hope, my life is still in Kenya. Yes, I have had the worst experience with transitioning from NHIF to SHIF. My father has been a chronic kidney failure patient for the last 8 years. He has got what we call end-stage kidney disease. And I have been very vocal. Even before this whole thing started, I saw the red flags. And we were shouting about it because we knew what it meant. My dad needs kidney dialysis 3 times a week, most of the time, sometimes maybe twice a week, because he's only got 6% kidney function. And we were fighting from the very beginning with the doctors and everybody, and nobody listened. And now we are facing a very serious situation. Thank goodness, I'm able to take this as black tax, and it's costing me. If we look at the numbers, at 11,500 shillings, I'm looking at 138,000 shillings every single month to keep my father alive. Guys, who is even earning that kind of money? We have chosen to keep him in a very specific place, which is called I don't want to say which facility it is, but it is expensive because he has got kidney failure, he's got heart disease, and we know what happens when you get into dialysis. Blood pressure keeps going up and down. So you have to be in a facility where it is really, really good. And we have checked out all the facilities. And guys, it's not good. If these kidney failure patients don't get dialysis, let me explain to you Kenyans what happens. Some will die within missing one treatment, some maybe 2. So we're talking about a genocide against Kenya. And when you look at the law says if you anticipated the potential of people dying, this is criminal negligence. People are dying. Already we are in WhatsApp groups of kidney failure patients who are saying, I can't sell a ng'ombe, a house, and then I know the money is going to run out, and then I'm still going to die. You know what they're doing? They're contemplating suicide. I need Kenyans to understand what this means. Those of us who can get black tax, we will. It is a big struggle for us already. But can you imagine those who cannot even afford the black tax? People are choosing to commit suicide instead of selling their houses, their goats, and their sheep, because they know this is a disease that is going to go on forever and ever. So, Kenyans, I am so upset. When I listened to a conversation with Moses Kuria in, I think it was one of the interviews on Spice FM, and I had to actually call Eric Latif and all those people, and I was asking, what is this man smoking? This man he says that this is the most amazing system that has ever been done in the history of the world. Then I was asking, did you pilot it? You are doing something new, risking the health of Kenyans, but it has no pilot. What does a pilot mean? It means that you're going to test this hypothesis of what you're doing in a smaller scale so that you can ensure that you're checking out the feasibility, identifying the challenges, testing solution, reducing risk. They never did that. They just said, Moses Kuria was like, you know what? This is going to be collecting data. And he had the audacity to say that this shift thing is not about health. It's about data collection. Kenyans, you need to be very, very offended. He is more concerned about data collection than managing the health of Kenyans without doing a pilot to check. People are dying. Guys, there's something called genocide. These patients, and I'm talking mainly around patients who have got end-stage kidney disease, because I have lived with it for 8 years through my father. We are facing a genocide and people are already dying. And we've got 20,000 people in Kenya today living with end-stage kidney disease. Maybe about 10,000 of them are getting dialysis. And if they do not get treatment, they will die. And the death count is already happening. We need to be very serious about how angry we must be about this shit thing. I am saying that I am personally involved. I am fighting shit. And I just hope that Kenyans, we need to get serious about getting angry with this Kenya Kwanza government. They are trading human lives for profit. This is state capture. I live in South Africa. I understand what state capture does. I lived through the Zuma years and I've seen it. Kenyans, 2 years is going to be too long for this country to actually crash and burn. Jelani, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak. And I hope all of you are hearing. This is serious. This government does not mean well for us. Thank you so much. I cede the mic.
Thank you so much, Wanjiru. I'm very sorry to hear about your dad. But I like how you characterized it, that this is actually a genocide. It's so crazy to play around with people's lives in this way and to roll out new policy without taking into consideration. Because if anything, they could have rolled out everybody that wasn't actively receiving treatment and said everybody that's receiving treatment, like dialysis every week, will not be affected by the change, but everybody else that's otherwise in good health would, then be on the new system if they even cared. But they do not care. And so you're also right in saying that 2 years is too late, man. And I've been saying that as well. I said it to the people in Minnesota. We really do not have the luxury to have conversations about 2027, because right now is when people are dying. Right now. Our family members are dying right now. Our neighbors are dying right now. You saw there's a story going around that there's a famous Gen Z protester who was found dead. People are still disappearing and dying. And for me, I feel the more we settle down into our lives and the more we become complacent and we decide, we're not going to stand up and fight, the more our people died for nothing. I mean, we might as well not started the protests over the finance bill, because then it would have been for nothing if it means that we are stopping now. So I'm glad that we spoke today. I'm glad that everybody contributed on this Schiff and Shah issue, and everybody that came through to talk about Ruto going, and every contribution that you have given. I appreciate all of you guys for staying for the 2 hours that we've been on. I know I have been saying that I'm going to become more consistent with the spaces, and I do plan on doing so. I'm so excited that I'm finally in a place where I have a little bit more time. And so we shall be hosting more spaces to discuss the various issues that are coming up. And we are all set for, I believe it's October 20th that we are marching to Uhuru Park. I'm hoping that there are some posters. I'm going to put them up on my page. And Tafadhali, if guys are going to Maandamano, please Don't wait for other people to go for you. Go for yourself. Go for your future generations. In Kenya, see a one person, see a Morara Kebaso, see a Casmo, see a Jelani. It's all ours. We all need to take responsibility and, push Kenya to greater heights. It is now exactly 2 hours since we started. I would like to end this space. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in my next space. Asanteni sana, and have a good night.